Contracts can be assigned or delegated, and it's important that we understand what those terms mean and what the difference is between them. So an assignment is a transaction that transfers contract rights from one party to another. If I am in a contract with you, and then I'm no longer interested in the transaction, I can enter into a separate transaction and actually assign the rights to a third party, which means I'm no longer in the contract, really. You have now become the party that the contract is with. Now notice that's different from a third-party beneficiary contract, because in a third-party beneficiary contract, you and I are still in the contract, but we are benefiting some third party who could also sue to enforce the contract. Here, I'm getting out of the contract altogether by assigning my rights and duties to the other person. Now, the assignment part transfers the rights from one party to another. And so if I demonstrate my intent to assign, then the assignment becomes effective immediately, and I no longer retain any rights. I'm not going to get whatever it is you promised to me. I'm no longer going to get. My assignee is going to get those rights. Now, I can condition the assignment on some act, like I will give you the benefit of this contract if you do X. That's fine. But as soon as the assignment is made, now I'm not the one who gets the benefits from whatever it is that the other party was promising. Now it's my assignee who gets that benefit. And it's important to recognize that the person who makes the promise, the obligor, does not need to consent to that assignment. I can assign my rights to whoever I want. I just need to tell the obligor. I need to provide notice to the obligor, but I don't have to get their permission. Now, assignments are irrevocable if supported by consideration. So if I go to my potential assignee and the assignee says, I'll give you $5 if you give me the assignment of this contract, I can assign my rights to that person and there's consideration, and I cannot revoke that because now I've gotten the $5 and they've gotten the rights under the contract. Now, if there's no consideration and I just say, you know what, do you want to take over this contract? You can have the benefit. I can gratuitously assign the benefits, and that's revocable until it is delivered to the assignee in writing. The assignee detrimentally relies on the assignment, and the obligor performs those contractual duties. If any of those things happen, then I can no longer revoke my assignment. Now, I can assign contractual rights, but in addition, the obligor, the person who has to do something under the contract, can delegate contractual duties. That's the difference between assignment and delegation. Assignment deals with contractual rights, the things you're going to receive from someone else. The things you have to do for someone else, the things for which you are an obligor, you can delegate to someone else. But when I do that, I become the delegator, and the person who now owes the duty is called the delegate. And the person that I originally promised to, the obligee, must accept performance from the delegate, but the delegator, meaning me, still remains the party who owes the duty. So if I enter into a contract with you and I say, I'm going to do this thing, and then later I delegate it to someone else and they don't do it, I'm the one who's on the hook, not them, because I'm the one who formed the contract with the obligee in the first place. And the delegate does not have to perform unless the delegate promises to perform and there's consideration. So if I have entered into a contract with you to build a house, nothing prevents me from subcontracting with someone, paying them to do, let's say, the plumbing work. That would be the consideration. And they are now the delegate who does the plumbing work, and they're compelled to perform. But as between the owner of the house and the general contractor, it's still the general contractor who's on the hook. Now, some kinds of things that you might contract for really have to be provided by the person who you contract with. So an example might be a painter who you really love their artistic style, and you contract with them to provide a painting for you. That can't be delegated to someone else, because obviously if someone else did it, it's not the same thing. It's not the thing I contracted for. And so that kind of a duty can't be delegated.